It's 11 o'clock, time once again for another episode of Comedians Writing Jokes at Starbucks. I'm Rob Cioffi, your host almost every day.
Too loud.
Almost every day. Pointed out that I'm a little bit loud by Mr. Bob Nelson. Mr. Bob Nelson, you made
nervous with you.
He makes it.
Everybody looks.
I make this nervous. This man stands in front of 5,000 people, blows bubbles, juggles handkerchiefs, and I make him nervous.
Yes.
At Starbucks because I raised my voice. Yes, indeed, that's the great Bob Nelson. Always an honor and a pleasure to have Mr. Nelson here on the show. Today is Tuesday, October 21st, 2014. This is episode 14. 14.
You're counting.
I am. I've got to do something. I don't play the Sudoku, so I got to do something to keep the brain sharp. So that's what I do. Bob, very, very exciting guest today.
Ooh.
Our guest today is Dr. Etienne Benson. He is the world's foremost expert on the northeastern gray squirrel.
The gray squirrel.
The gray squirrel, which is the kind of squirrels we have here on Long Island. He's gonna explain to us how not to catch Ebola from a squirrel. He's here.
They have Ebola?
They have Ebola.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I'll explain it. It's not very common knowledge yet, but I'm hoping it's going to create a panic any day to know that you can catch Ebola from a squirrel. But it's not, If you watch Fox News, you think, all I got to do is breathe on a squirrel and I'm going to get Ebola. No. Okay, no. You know how you get Ebola? It's in Africa. You know how the Ebola started, Bob?
No.
The Ebola started with the bushmeat. You know what a bushmeat is?
No.
A bushmeat is, instead of you going to the supermarket and getting your ground chuck, all plastic and wrapped, you go out into the bush and you capture a monkey or a rhinoceros and you chop them up and eat them. That's called bushmeat.
So it could be any. It's not like one animal.
No. And this is why squirrels are incredibly. I mean, to be honest, I'm not a big fan of squirrels. Right? It's a rat with a furry. In New York they say it. It's a rat with a furry tail.
I know a guy who eats them.
Well, that's the problem, Bob.
In Missouri, when I lived in Missouri, there was a guy who went out squirrel hunting.
Squirrel hunting.
And they would eat the squirrels.
Was it good squirrel hunting?
Good squirrel hunting.
Was it good squirrel hunting? Was he? Did he solve math problems while he was doing it? I'll bet not. No, the truth is you cannot eat game like that safely anymore. Sorry, Ted Nugent, but Ebola is scaring everybody. There have been 2 infected cases here in the United States. Both of them lived, but it's the end of the world, kids. Don't worry, it's all over. So he'll be here, Dr. Etienne Benson. He's currently an adjunct professor at University of Pennsylvania. So he might be stuck in traffic on the bridge, but he'll be here.
Is he going to teach us how to keep squirrels out of your roof?
You mean like if they're a pest, like if they're in the roof? Why, you got squirrels in the roof, Bob?
I had them once, and I tried to get them out. I almost died.
You almost died?
Yeah. Well, I had a cottage on the property, and they chewed their way in through the vent and the.
Wait a second. Are you sure it was a squirrel? Sure it wasn't Willie Sacco? No.
It could have been Willie.
It could have been Willie Sacco chewing through your roof. Go ahead.
And what happened was they were squirrels, and they went in and they started chewing the electrical wires.
Oh man!
So I cut a hole in because they were chewing the wires over the kitchen.
Yeah.
So I cut a little hole in the kitchen, and I was trying to poke them with a stick to get them out, and they wouldn't go out.
They wouldn't leave.
They just ran around. So
because they're New York squirrels. Oh, go ahead.
I didn't want to hire a guy, so what I did was, one day I was in the backyard, and I was putting chlorine in the pool, and I breathed it in.
Oh.
And I almost passed out.
Oh, right.
Yeah. When you open a can, you're not supposed to.
Oh, yeah. No. It's very dangerous.
Yeah.
Yes.
So stay away from chlorine. So what I did was I took one of those tabs because if it could knock me out, I figured it could knock the So what I did was I took one of the tabs and I put it in the hole of the roof, and I ran a fan in there and I was blowing the chlorine into the roof, and he was screaming and running around, and I thought he's going to get out, and then he did run out.
Did he?
But
now
the chlorine almost took me out.
Oh really? That's dangerous. Was it at that point? At that point, did they just immediately start swimming around in the pool? Because they love the chlorine, the chlorinated squirrel. That's Bob Nelson's chlorinated squirrel story, by the way.
Yeah,
we'll keep
it's
that.
Kind of a stupid thing to do. So.
I would think, Bob. Next time, you better call the poison control center or call Dr. Etienne Benson.
Yeah, that's what I should.
If you've got the squirrels.
I'm going to ask him what he thought of my idea, though.
He probably think he'd
be stupid.
Yeah, I would dare never say that, but yes. Yeah. So, Bob, you missed a couple things over the weekend. We had a big blowout on the Facebook.
I know. I want to read that. I got
big blowout on the Facebook. I think it's really more about people's sensitivity. I think you know this in the art world and the creative people, especially in the stand-up community, very sensitive people. And I think, I guess it comes with the territory. But wow.
What happened?
Wow. This young man, Chris Davis, was on the show on Thursday, and he expressed some opinions about Long Island Press's Best of Long Island Comedians from Long Island nominee list.
Yeah.
And all he did was really say, he really just called it for what it is. It's an arbitrary kind of made up list that doesn't necessarily represent the best, if you can call something the best of Long Island stand-up comedy. And man,
yeah, they don't include.
They don't include. Well, look, if we were to say what it's called is Long Island comedians from Long Island. Okay, where would you start? You'd start with Rodney. Rodney was born in Deer Park.
Yeah.
Did you know that? He was born in Deer Park. So you'd start with Rodney.
Jerry Seinfeld.
That guy? Jerry Seinfeld. The Kevin James.
Yeah.
You know who else was? Lenny Bruce.
Really?
Lenny Bruce was from Long Island. Lenny Bruce.
Yeah, but I think they would have to be alive, so.
No. Well, Rodney's not alive.
Oh, Rodney.
Oh, maybe he is. But you know who, by the way. Oh, man. You know this guy, Brad Garrett?
Yeah.
He does a pretty good Rodney.
Does he really?
Oh, yeah. Not as good as some have I heard, but he does a pretty good Rodney. I'm going to try and get him on.
Brad Garrett?
Brad Garrett, why not?
From Raymond.
From the Raymond? No, he won the contest. Do you remember the contest with Egg McMahon?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He won that.
Yeah, he won the...
He won that.
So did Rosie O'Donnell, right?
Did Rosie win it?
She came in second.
Really? Is that long ago?
What was that?
It was American Idol.
No, it wasn't.
America's Got Talent.
No, it wasn't. It was something.
It was something. Something. It'll come to us, Bob.
We're getting old.
It's amazing. You got to number your podcast so you can remember.
But you don't do podcasts.
I don't do podcasts. This is not a podcast. Explain this to the young man that was on yesterday. This is far more than a podcast. It cannot be defined what we're doing here. We call it something. We have to label it. We have to give it a name so you can distinguish it from other things in your life, like bananas and your car.
Yeah.
This is not a banana. This is not a car. This is comedians writing jokes at Starbucks for now. But the bottom line is, it's bigger. You cannot contain us into this little rectangular box you see on your screen.
Nope.
Okay? We're bigger than that.
That's right.
We're like the Al Capone, I guess. Well, you ever see that, De Niro? Man.
Hey, yeah, I never.
That guy can act. Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Talking to me.
We should get...
Talking to me.
Did I ever tell you the story about that? My friend, you might have saw this on Sunday morning. Probably not, because you had a show the night before and the show the night of. But Sunday morning, at CBS Sunday morning, they have that show. It's like 60 Minutes for old people.
Yeah.
Instead of the 60 Minutes for old people, the 60 Minutes for really old people is on Sunday morning. They had my friend, my good friend, actor Danny Aiello was on that.
Oh,
They did a piece on him, and he's writing a book. He wrote a book. He wrote it, and it's published. And I recommend it to anybody. It's called "I Never Knew Myself Until I Started Being Other People." You can write that.
I can relate to that.
You could be. That almost could be the title of your autobiography.
I can
Bob.
definitely relate to that.
Anyway, he once told me a story.
I heard before you tell your story, he was on Gilbert Gottfried's podcast. But I don't listen to podcasts, so. But I heard he was on.
He was really.
I saw something on Twitter about it.
I wonder if he'd be on my Not a Podcast. I wonder.
You probably have to go to him though, because he's huge.
Yeah,
He's a huge star.
he's a huge. It's not even funny.
It's not gonna.
It's not even funny.
Right.
You gotta get.
What was your
Oh,
story?
anyway, Bob Nelson. You should have made that reference. You did a little bit of a Robert De Niro impression, right? Yeah, a little bit talking to me. Did you know that this is from, and it might not be in his book, but that line originated from Danny Aiello. And I'll tell you how it happened. Danny Aiello was in a movie called Bang the Drum Slowly, which starred Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro was a young actor on the rise at that point, and they had become friends. Robert De Niro is single, has no children, has no family. Danny Aiello lives in New York City, has a wife, has kids. De Niro feels he needs a little bit, he wants to connect with the family thing. He'd come over for dinner every night. Come over for dinner, sit on the couch. He'd come over about 12, sit on the couch all day. And just stay, De Niro, and just sit on the couch and not say a word. Not say a word. Come to dinner, sit at the table, be polite, eat his dinner. He put a napkin on. He would be, civil, but he wouldn't say anything. And this happened night after night. And then on one occasion, Mr. Danny Aiello, as he's prone to do because he is, again, an artist, sensitive and emotional, looked across the table, got so frustrated with Robert De Niro not saying a word, decided to provoke him. And his clever way to do that was to look him straight in the eye and go, "You talking to me?
Did he really?
Are you talking to me? There's nobody else here. You talking to me?"
He did that.
He did that. Years later, this is around 1972 or 1973. 1975, the movie Taxi Driver comes out. Danny and his wife Sandy are invited to the premiere. And this famous scene where Robert De Niro is talking into the mirror going, "You talking to me? Are you talking to me?" The both of them were flabbergasted. They went like this to each other. "Can you believe he's doing this?"
Yeah.
It was later explained to me by Danny Aiello, who was a great actor, never took one acting class. You try to see if that shows up in anything he's ever done. Okay? He holds up. He's been on screen with Pacino. Who's the guy that said, "I'll never be a contender"?
Robert De Niro.
No, "I'll never be a contender." Branda. No, the other guy who plays his brother in that movie. He was in it with that.
I could have been a contender.
Isn't it?
I could have been a contender. Could have been a container.
The guy is a great actor.
Yeah.
He told me, "This is what happens, Rob. Sometimes when you're an actor, you'll take things from your experience and use them." Another notable thing about Mr. Danny Aiello, he was in one of the Godfather movies. One of the good ones. He was in part 2. He wasn't in part 1.
No.
And he wasn't in part 3. Oh, thank goodness. Because that was...
Yeah, it was...
Oh, that was bad. Oh, that was painful for years. But there's a scene in The Godfather 2 where... I forget the character's name, but he's the guy that goes before the Senate and testifies, and they bring his brother, and he's wearing the bolo from Italy, and they threaten him that way. But there's a scene where he's in a bar, and a guy takes a garrote. You know what a garrote is?
Yeah,
it's like a string, piano wire.
Yeah.
And grabs the guy and grabs him. He goes, "Michael Corleone says hello."
Yeah.
That's Danny Aiello.
Yes. He was sitting in the back of the car, right?
No, it wasn't in the car. It was in a bar.
It
was in a bar. And then he drags him to the back of the bar. But did you know, and there's some people watching us here at Starbucks, they're agreeing with us. They're shaking their heads. I remember that scene.
Yeah.
Did you know that scene was improv? It was not in the script. the dialogue that was improvised by Mr. Danny Aiello himself. One of the most famous lines in all of film history. Does he get credit? No. Do people love him? People love him. You know what happens to me when I'm around here in the New York area, Bob? I say I know Danny Aiello. You know what happens? I get an immediate 10% discount.
Really?
On anything.
I'm gonna try that.
Just say I know Danny Aiello. Oh yeah, I love Danny. I love him. Hey, I love him.
It was in Spike Lee's movie too. Remember?
Oh yeah.
He played the pizza guy.
Yeah, he doesn't like that movie.
No?
No, because they grew up on his pizza, and they burned it down. I don't want to spoil it for you.
But that wasn't real. That was a movie, right? Was that real?
Nah, it was a movie. It was a movie, Bob. Very good movie. He was awarded he was nominated for the Academy Award. Not too many people get to do that. That guy's done a lot. All right, enough of Danny Aiello. He would love us to be talking about him for 45 minutes, but it's
and he's not even on the list.
It's 17 after the hour, and here a new feature on comedians writing jokes at Starbucks is weather and traffic on the 17s. And
on the 17s?
On the 17s, weather and traffic, and I'm going to weather is it's kind of cloudy, but it's partly cloudy.
No, it's actually partly sunny.
Partly sunny, and a little bright.
No. Actually, you're right. It was partly cloudy.
Partly
it's more sun.
More sun, partly sunny.
More sun is partly cloudy.
Partly sunny.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm not a meteorologist. We need to go to science school.
What's the difference?
The weather is partly sunny. The traffic moving briskly on Middle Country Road in Selden.
Even if there's cars in the way, they still go fast.
Yeah, so that's weather and traffic on the 17s. And we'll be doing that never again.
Because there's only 117.
Yeah, but...
Oh, right? There's only 117.
In each hour, yeah, there's only one. And since we only do the show 1 hour, yes. Yes. Okay, where are the angry comedians? They don't watch live. You know why? Because they're writing their own jokes right now. I had a big meeting with my new agent, Rock Hard from CAA.
Yeah.
CAA. And he explained to me why his business card says that he's a Mason. He said it was the recession. He only was doing it during the recession to make ends meet.
Yeah.
But he still works for CAA. And we had a big meeting. And he said, "Look, we got some heat. We had 22 consecutive viewers. Consecutive? No, at the same time, concurrent viewers." He said that in streaming video terms, that puts us pretty much on the Who Shot JR episode of JR.
Yeah.
Okay, and when you to fairly evaluate.
That's huge.
Huge.
22.
Huge, and he said we got to take advantage of this heat. So he took it upon himself to create a logo. We have a new logo, Bob. It's the Comedians Writing Jokes logo. It's a very abstract-looking thing. And when you get a logo, you have to do... What do you have to do? You have to have the merch. You have the merch. So we have a new store on our website. If you go to comedianswritingjokes.com, look along the top. On the menu, you'll see the word store. And we've got some really interesting items. The first thing, and I would recommend this to everybody, and we've tried to keep, we've made these the absolute lowest prices we possibly could. Because we're not stupid, okay? We know we only have a few people. As soon as we get a lot of people, we're going to jack those up.
Yes.
Really high. I mean, double, triple the price. So we got a t-shirt with the logo on the front, says CWJ, and it looks like a coffee cup thing. And on the back, you know what it says, Bob?
What?
It says, "See ya." How good is that?
That's great.
Isn't that clever? This way, as people see you walking by, you tell them, "See ya."
Yeah.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
Funny.
It's good.
Yeah. And how much is the t-shirt?
It depends on the size that you buy. If you buy small, medium, large, or extra large, it's $19.95 plus shipping. If you want 2X, it's another $3. If you want 3X or 4X, it's another $4. Well worth the price. And they're value tees. It's what we call value tees, which means they're guaranteed to last more than three washings or more.
That's right.
You'll get at least 3 washings out of them.
and they're valuable to us because you become a walking billboard.
Walking billboard. That's actually what I was going. It's in the description. You are a walking billboard. I mean, look, what else you got going on? Really?
Yeah. Advertise here.
Differentiate yourself. All right. So some of the other products we have are we have the comedians writing jokes at Starbucks pillow,
which you can use while you're watching us.
Or when you're writing your jokes. I thought about it when the most comedians, the younger ones especially, they write their jokes laying on the couch playing video games.
Yeah.
And this will make it more comfortable. And then when you get up to go get your chips, your corn chips or whatever, and you come back, you'll see the logo. It's, yeah, I need to be writing my jokes.
It's all subliminal.
Subliminal. A keychain. Our least expensive item in the store, $3.95. And you carry it any way you want. It's awesome.
And you can put your keys on it.
You can put your keys on it.
You don't have to, but...
Or what else could you put on a keychain, Bob?
The little shopping things, the little...
Let's say you have a pet, and the pet wears a collar. You can put it on there.
Yeah.
And then send us a picture, and we'll talk about it. Look at that. We should have a contest.
Yes.
With wearing our merchandise.
Yes.
Listen, if you're a comedian and look, you got to work like I want to see a comedian work in the Comedy Cellar. Somebody take a picture of you wearing our shirt, okay?
At the Comedy Cellar.
At a Comedy Cellar, so I can send it to Colin Quinn. Say, Colin Quinn, where's your merchandise, pal? He's good friends with Seinfeld, you know. A watch. We got a watch with the logo on it.
Oh, a watch.
Not only will it remind you every time you look at your watch to write a joke, when you're on stage and that guy is going like this with the flashlight in your face for 10 minutes, you can look at your watch and go, wait a minute. I should have got off 10 minutes ago.
Yes.
Also a travel mug for your coffee and a little Bluetooth speaker that connects to your phone. It's a little round thing that you can use to play the recordings of your sets on the ride home. Because I heard that's how Joe DeVito became a great comedian. Or Ted Alexandro. They would always listen to their sets.
Yes.
And look where they are today on the TV.
They're huge.
They're not in Starbucks. I can tell you that. They're not doing a podcast in Starbucks.
And aren't they? They're on the list on the comedians, aren't they?
The comedians? No, they're not. Oh, Joe DeVito is. Joe DeVito is. Ted Alexandro. Again, a guy from, I believe he's from Long Island, who would be worthy of this list. What else did I want to do before we roll into our first sketch?
What
did I tell you about the dryer?
You never tell me about the sketches.
What sketches?
I never know that there's a sketch.
Because Bob, there's no sketch here.
You say roll into the sketch.
I say that in jest.
An email about them or nothing.
Would you like that? Would you like to be? I thought you liked the spontaneity of it.
I do, but I didn't know that you. Oh, there's something going on.
There's always something going on here at Starbucks, pal.
You're adorable.
Thank you. We're up to 5 viewers. Thank you, viewers, for watching us. Very quickly, if you are viewing us on a computer, please know that you also can view us on your smartphone or tablet computer. As a matter of fact, you can watch us on your tablet computer, your smartphone, and your computer all at the same time. We call that stereo vision, and will help our ratings because it looks like we've got 15 people watching when we only have 5. That's Bob, right. You look thirsty, Bob.
Yeah, I'm going to go get some.
Get a coffee. Go get a coffee.
Yeah, she was talking about the mug. I want to
go get a coffee, and sit here and peruse the people. Because I never really pay attention who's around me here. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Oh, no, I hope... Oh, she spotted me. Oh, man. I can't believe this.
Excited to see you. How are you? How have you been?
Camille.
Oh my gosh. You know, I wish I knew I was going to run into you here. I would have fixed my hair, put on some makeup.
You wish you knew you knew like you weren't, you didn't know you were. This, well, let me explain. I'm doing a thing here.
What thing? What kind of thing?
A thing. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Many people know that I spend a lot of time here at Starbucks, and over the, it's a place that things happen. You get lonely.
I can see that.
We're people. We're humans. Things happen.
That's why I've been trying to find you. I passed your house about 4 times last night, but I don't want you to think I'm stalking you. I'm really not. But you know what? You don't return my calls. Why don't you return my calls? I mean, I think did you disconnect your phone?
Come here. Come here.
What?
Look.
Uh-huh.
We had a cup of coffee.
Uh-huh.
We wrote some jokes.
Yeah, I'm pretty good
But
with that.
but that's it. Okay? There's nothing more. Okay? There's nothing more to our relationship. I know you want it to I can understand because I'm very adorable.
Oh, you are. You are.
That's
Oh,
true.
let me tell you.
I kind of am.
Yeah, we've got some good jokes.
But wait. We cannot. This cannot go on any longer.
What can't go on any longer? I don't understand what you're talking about.
The non-relationship that you think we have, Camille.
Oh, I don't think we have a non-relationship. I know we have a non-relationship.
Oh, we know we have.
Because you bought me that latte the other day.
I did buy you. I did.
And I wrote Bob right.
I did buy you a latte.
Yeah.
And I think this is the problem. Okay. I don't think. I think maybe you're not getting the hint. I thought even though we had that. We could be friends, and apparently it's not going to work. We're not going to be friends. You and I are not going to be friends.
Jokester. You need to stop writing those jokes.
Look, Camille. Wake up, Camille. Wake up. Listen, Camille, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this, okay? But I will. Here, Camille. Here's the keys to your fancy sports car. Okay, you can have it back. You might want to take it to the mechanic because I don't really know how to drive a stick, and it was making a lot whenever I was driving around town.
Oh, well, that's okay, because I'm sure you're going to want to borrow it again once I get the mechanic to look at it.
No, I won't, Camille. It's over with a capital O and a capital Ver.
Oh.
Over, Camille, over. All right. And as far as buying you lattes and everything, that's stopping. Okay. Here's your debit card back. Okay. There's a couple of Amazon.com charges that are pending. I would appreciate it if you let them go through.
We'll see.
Because we're friends up to now.
I don't know about that. You know what? You know what they have here today? They have pumpkin latte. You know what's going to happen? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. I'm going up to that counter. I'm going to buy the largest latte that they have with extra whipped cream. You know how many calories are in that? Do you know how many calories are in that?
How many calories?
A lot. And guess what? All on your head. It's all on your head.
It's also...
So it's going to be on my hips.
It's on your hips.
It's also going to be on your head.
Your hips and other parts of your body we're not going to discuss. That's right.
Now that's a
Now listen to me.
deal breaker.
Listen to
That
me,
is a
Camille.
deal breaker. What?
Listen to me, Camille.
Yes. What?
Obviously, this isn't getting through to you. All right. So I'm going to have to do something. I'm going to have to throw a cold bucket of water in your face. I'm going to have to do.
Are we doing that bucket
something.
challenge? I thought we were done with that bucket challenge. I don't like that bucket. Did you like that bucket challenge?
Camille.
What?
I mean, you might need to have your medications adjusted. Look, here we go. Here's the keys to the beach house, Camille. Take them.
Well,
I don't want them anymore. Just do me a favor. Just do me a favor and say goodbye.
You know what?
Say goodbye. No, not to me. Say goodbye to the wine cellar. It's gonna miss me.
You're giving up the one.
It's gonna be. You're gonna miss
me.
me.
You know what?
What?
You are gonna be sorry.
I'm gonna be sorry. I'm gonna be sorry. I'm gonna be sorry. It's happened before. Once before. I'm already sorry. Yes, that's it.
I know you said not to give any.
I did say not to do anything. Unsolicited material or interrupting my show.
I just want to ask you, is it inappropriate if I got a tattoo of you?
No. You can get that's pretty good. All right, let's show
I just
you.
want to get your permission.
Let's show you. Here's the crazy guy that follows us at Starbucks. Look, he wants to get a tattoo of me.
500 feet yet.
There you go. There's wait. Take it back. You're gonna need to give Rob White down the road. That's Tommy. Tommy is watching us from afar. He's got dreams. We all got dreams, pal. We all got dreams. Very funny. So I guess Bob didn't make it back. Maybe Bob. Maybe I think Camille, my Starbucks romance, might have scared him off. I don't know. Let's see. There we go. My pal Trish is watching. Hi, Trish. Trish, don't think bad of me, okay? Don't think bad of me. I'm not. I just have coffee with these women. It's not anything. I just have coffee, and they suddenly think. It's because I use their beach houses in their cars. It doesn't make. Anyway. Let's see what else. Oh, this is a good opportunity for us to do a sponsored message. Ladies and gentlemen, the holidays are fast approaching. Why not get a jump on your Christmas shopping by buying a Bob Nelson DVD? They make perfect stocking stuffers. That's right, Bob Nelson, star of stage, television, and your film screen. He's hilarious! Go to bobnelson.com today and get your own Bob Nelson DVD. You'll be glad you did. I have mine. I play them every day. Every day is Christmas for me. And here he is, speaking of him.
Boy, he was busy up there.
Was it busy? You missed Bob? You missed it again.
What happened?
Right when I need you. When I need you most, Bob, where are you? Not here.
Well, what happened to you?
One of my Camille, my one of these Starbucks romances that I'm so sorry I've ever got involved in.
What happened?
She came over. I had to give her back her sports car keys and her debit card and her keys to her beach house.
That's horrible.
I know.
What are you going to do? How are you going to get
I don't. I'm gonna have to hitch a ride with you. I'm gonna have to sit.
I got my props in the car. I can't.
I'm gonna sit on the balloons. Oh, Bob, I had a great idea. I can't imagine anyone never approached you about this. How about this, Bob? It might be too late to do it this year, but next year.
Yeah.
We hire some of these Chinese guys. We have them print up thousands of red sweatshirts, one size fits all, right? And we have them print 27 on the front and 72 on the back, right? And we get thousands of balloons unblown, and we get the cheap plastic helmet. I was saying about the official Bob Nelson Comic All-Star Halloween costume.
Yeah.
One size fits all.
Right.
You don't need pants, because you don't change your pants on stage. You only change your shirt. And everyone will get it.
You can wear any pants.
You can wear shorts if you want.
Yeah, I guess you could.
Anyway, and you were saying, why go to China? Well, because it's cheap.
It's cheap over there.
It's cheap. Everything's from China. Everything. Look, if we were to point at something, China came from China.
Do you know I'm moving this next week. I don't know if I'm going to be able to be on the show with you.
Oh, really?
We're moving from one place to another, right up the block. And my new landlord is Chinese.
Is that happening that fast? I thought it was happening next month.
Well, we have to move in so we can move out of this.
Oh, you know who's your neighbor?
Who? You are?
The Karate Kid.
Oh, really? He's up there in Mount Sinai?
He lives up in Mala Place, which is right next to Mount Sinai.
Really?
I was talking to some guy, and he said to me, I went to the high school graduation this year, and guess who was there?
Ralph Macchio?
Ralph Macchio, the Karate Kid.
Speaking
baby.
of Chinese, there's another Japanese.
He's not Chinese.
No, his teacher was.
Wax on, wax off guy?
Yeah, was he Japanese or Chinese? Japanese.
I think he was an undetermined ethnic orientation.
So my landlord is Chinese. His name is John Zhu.
John Zhu?
Yeah, Z-H-U.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I said, that's Mandarin, right? He said, yes. He goes, how'd you know that?
How did you know?
I said, because I guessed. Most of the people in China are Mandarin. That's what I heard.
What else could they be?
Actually, you know how I knew? Because on the Mandarin
section
menu,
of the menu, yeah. Whenever, right, when on the menu, yes.
Yeah. That's how you learn. Use your head.
Right. So yesterday I was talking about how over the weekend I got totally freaked out. I went to do my laundry, Bob. I have the dryer and the washer in the house, in the house. I do the laundry by myself because I'm a single guy, and I have cats, and the cats just can't do the laundry. They can't fold it right. I tried to teach them. They don't do it. So the other day I'm going to take my shirt out to go on the show, and I wear mostly you'll see I wear these pullover shirts. But once in a while I wear a button-down shirt. Now a button-down shirt, us big girls, the button-down shirts are really hard. The top ones pop usually.
Yeah.
But we're not comfortable.
I can't find a shirt with an 18-inch thing anymore. I need like 18 inches to be comfortable.
What Walmart are you going to, Bob? Which one are you going to? You got to go to the super Walmart to get the big sizes.
The super sizes?
You got the super sizes, Bob.
You have to go.
You think I'm kidding? It's Walmart. Walmart till I die. You'll have to pry it from my cold, dead hands, my Walmart. Anyway, Bob, so I pull out this shirt, and I look at it, and at first I don't realize how strange it is, but then I start thinking about it. This shirt is buttoned from the top button all the way down in the dryer.
What?
It was buttoned.
Did you button it?
No. Why would I button it?
It was unbuttoned.
It was unbuttoned when it went in. It came buttoned. I'm thinking, what kind of physics could allow for that? And I'll tell you, there is no physics that will allow for that. And the logical conclusion: poltergeist in my dryer, Bob. There is a ghost in my dryer.
Are you sure that it was unbuttoned out of the washer?
Well, listen. I told you I'm a big girl. If I tried doing this,
Well, I'm saying,
the buttons would pop.
Maybe the washer buttoned them. You got to find out if it was the washer that buttoned them.
No, they are inanimate objects, Bob. Let's be real.
Which is more?
That's a ridiculous thing to think. It's a poltergeist. It's and it makes sense. You know why? Because the Halloween's around the corner.
Oh.
And if I was a ghost and I was going to haunt me, I would haunt me around Halloween because it gets the most impact because it's got it on your mind. So, you never heard of this guy. His name is Kevin Smith. He's a film director. He made a movie called Clerks. It's for the kids. You wouldn't ever watch this. But he's got a podcast, and he just made a movie based on an episode of his. They were sitting around kicking an idea around. They stuck to this idea. It's a ridiculous idea. I won't even go into it. They made a movie about it. So I've decided that I'm going to set up a camera and start doing my laundry in front of a camera and to see what happens.
Without the. Is it gonna be hidden?
It's going to be one of those infrared cameras,
Oh, okay.
or the green. It's the infragreen ones,
Uh-huh.
and I'll bet you that something's going to happen before Halloween. We may see this. We may see a short film on our website about my dryer.
Wow.
So I'm not like I'm teasing it, or this is actually happening.
So you're gonna do this. What if you get him angry, and he starts?
Wouldn't that be interesting?
If you get the ghost angry, he'll do something else to you.
It could. He might start folding my clothes.
Well, that would be good.
Eh,
That would be good.
I'm thinking that maybe it would be.
What if he does? But what if he does something mean, like where's your underwear after you clean them?
Or the mysterious sock missing thing.
Yeah. Maybe he'll take both socks.
Maybe he'll take both of them. I'll be coming here barefoot. I'm going to be coming here barefoot anyway.
That will definitely get thrown out. Because
No,
it says
no socks,
no shoes,
no service. That's right. That's right. Look at this. I can't believe we're going. I got two serious things to talk about. Do you want to talk about a serious thing, Bob? I don't know. Probably nothing funny in this at all. But a comedian named Hannibal Burress.
Hannibal Burress?
He's a very hot comedian. Very hot. He's got Comedy Central specials. He's on some TV show. He's a writer. Big guy.
Big? Like big? Hannibal? I never heard of him.
Like Comedy Central big.
Oh.
Like about as big as you can get on Comedy Central.
Cable big.
Without being South Park. Yes, cable big. Which is meaning that's about as big as you can get these days in comedy.
Yeah, right.
Not like when you were big. It's not like that anymore. So this guy, and it's a serious subject, so I'm warning you right now. I'm going to talk about this. he goes on stage and calls Bill Cosby, legendary Bill Cosby, a rapist, and goes on for about 30 seconds about how Bill Cosby is a rapist.
Are you serious?
No, he says, well, first he says, I don't like that Bill Cosby, because he tells all the young black people to pull their pants up and learn how to read. And I know, I guess if you could be angry about that. I mean, who's this guy? You know, I guess you could even be more angry if it was a guy who stood on high and never did anything to help anybody, which is the opposite of Bill Cosby, as far as I can tell. He's been an activist all of his life, trying to help people, educate people, doing things for people.
Yeah. It's not like somebody who just rants and raves like Russell Brand.
Like Russell Brand.
What does he do for people?
Nothing, but somebody said something on Facebook was very funny.
Oh.
About his look. About his look, you know his look. You know he's like he looks like he looks like he smells like cat pee.
Oh God.
I'll bet he does. Anyway, this Hannibal Burress is now Mr. Cosby has had some problems. He's had some problems with women accusing him of taking advantage, especially young actresses.
Yeah.
All right, but let's be fair about this, okay? Maybe that did happen, but he's Bill Cosby. All right, he's been for 40 years. He's been in the top echelon of stardom, and as we know, there are some people there that have motives that are not the best.
They want his money.
They want his money.
So they say that he.
They
did
say that he did it. And you know what? I love these things. The huffing post, the huff and glue post, the huff and glue post.
Huff and puff.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
the huff and puff.
The liberal thing.
The liberal thing. They'll say that these women are coming forward and have no motive. They have nothing to gain because it happened 30 years ago or whatever. Excuse me. They have something to gain.
Yes.
I don't care that they can't get money from Mr. Cosby directly. There's money to be made. Now, I'm not defending him. If he did indeed do this, he may have done. He may be a real pig. Okay? But what bothers me about Hannibal Burress, okay, is Mr. Hannibal Burress, he's trying to jump. You know how you jump to the next level in show business, Bob?
Yeah.
This is a way of him jumping to the next level.
Yeah.
This is what he did.
He's
in my opinion.
Bill Cosby's.
And Hannibal Burress, you are a friend of mine on Facebook. Actually, a new feature, Bob, on our show is Famous Friends of Rob on Facebook. This week, sometime when I get around to writing it, I'll be writing. I will be each week. We'll have one of my famous friends. Let's see how long they stay my Facebook friend once I point them out as my Facebook friend. But I have a tendency to not because look, you're going to look at me, you're a white middle-aged guy. Of course, you're going to agree with Bill Cosby.
You okay?
And his opinions. Yeah, I'm fine. Fine. By the way, we're brought to you by Double Gulp. Double Gulp. Get a double gulp today and everyone will know it's a serious cry for help. Double gulp.
And it comes back on you while you're trying to talk. You gulp it and then
disgusting.
You have to gulp it again before you even gulp more.
I have to give credit to Howard Stern. That move. Ugh. So, Mr. Hannibal Burress, I know that you comedians out there are watching, which are none. Hannibal Burress is my guess is and this is his material, Bob. It's not like there was a punchline. I mean, watched it, and I can't really do it verbatim, but it was something like, I hate that Bill Cosby making us pull our pants up. He's a rapist. Go ahead and Google it. Google it.
That's the joke?
He said you'll get more results than if you Google Hannibal Burress. That's a joke. Actually, that part was kind of funny.
I bet Anthony Perkins comes up. Anthony Perkins? No,
Anthony Perkins, psycho.
Yeah.
Yeah, he comes up a lot.
Psycho? Anthony Perkins?
You know what happens when
Hopkins.
you book?
Anthony Hopkins will probably come up before him if you put in
Hannibal, sure.
I knew it was one of them.
Although he's popular with the kids at the raves, staying up all night listening to Hannibal Burress.
You see,
what's that?
He's picking on Bill Cosby so that he could step up over.
Who
Bill
could
Cosby.
Now you know what, Bill? Now it makes me think.
It would make
who could we pick on? to step on.
That we could take?
Yeah, not too many.
I don't know.
There isn't many. Ralph Macchio.
I don't think we could
No, we couldn't take Ralph Macchio. He owns half of Long Island. If
And he's got bodyguards. What happened to your bodyguard?
right now he's you weren't here Thursday.
Yeah.
We had a guest, a comedian named Chris Davis on.
Yeah.
Who had some remarks about the Long Island best of Long Island comedians from Long Island nominee list.
Yeah.
He is currently engaged my bodyguard because everyone is out to get him.
Oh.
Because he spoke his mind and he was misunderstood. And I'll stand by that. I don't care who you are. Okay? I don't care what you say about me. Go ahead. Attack me personally. There's plenty to attack. But he said what he said, and I believed it, and I believe him. So there.
I have to read that whole exchange.
Yeah, Bob has... This
was on
is
the road.
solely the opinions of me, not Bob Nelson, because he has no idea what happened.
I had no idea.
But I'm telling you.
I wasn't here.
He was busy. He was on tour.
Yeah, I
He was on the
working
tour, on the Joy tour. With Audie.
Audie Fletcher and Rain Pryor. By the way, Rain Pryor is filming a TV show this weekend.
I heard she's going to be at the inauguration of the street naming some street in the city,
George Collins.
George Carlin Way.
Yes.
George Carlin Way, one of the
So
greatest
she's gonna be
comedians
there,
ever.
And she's going to cover it. And I guess she's going to talk about it. We should cover it too, from here.
Well, maybe we could. When is it? Tomorrow?
I don't know.
Well, we
It
could
must
do
be on a weekend. so
Wait a
people
second.
can
I
show
got a
up.
better idea. And this is a legit idea. Why isn't there a Bob Nelson way? Why isn't there a Bob Nelson way?
Where would it be?
Probably Mastic Beach.
A dead end, probably too.
Dead end in Mastic Beach. Maybe a dead end in Mastic
Short,
Beach.
Dead end street named after me. That's what I want. With like 3 houses.
We'll have to
on it.
lobby the town for
One
that.
house for each HBO special. 4
Right.
houses in the dead end. With a sump at the end of it.
With a sump, that will be. It'll be called the brain donor's sump. Oh,
Yeah.
see, we do this for ourselves, kids. We make fun of
Rob should have a
ourselves.
cul-de-sac. Rob would need a
The
cul-de-sac.
Bob Nelson cul-de-sac.
No, Rob Chaffee.
It goes. Oh, the Rob Chaffee cul-de-sac.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I wouldn't get that.
Yeah, you
I
should
wouldn't
get a
get.
cul-de-sac.
I'm gonna get a bench. I'm gonna get a bench on Bob Nelson Way. The official Rob Chaffee bench. Sit here. Take advantage of this. Sit here. Take the ride. Take the ride.
Can I put that in my accent?
Go ahead.
works?
Go ahead, man.
See, we're writing jokes.
We did it.
Finally did it. We can retire.
Yeah.
It's a perfect time to do it.
You got the George Carlin thing to
And
bring
I
it
can
in.
segue into mine.
You
I
set
have a
it up
street
with the
named
George.
after me.
That's right.
It's a dead end.
He's got to write it down now because we're old. We don't know
Any
what's.
paper, I'm not
We don't do. You want a headshot? I'll give you one of my. I got 500. You can write on the back of that. That's what I'm doing. Writing on my headshots. Trish is watching. She can write it down. Trish.
Yeah, Trish is working the chat. I can't work the chat on my.
Oh, okay.
I can't keep connected.
She's all right. We like the Trish. What are we doing on time? We got another 10 minutes to fill.
As a matter of fact, she's been texting me. I haven't even been looking.
Yeah. Well, you know who's been texting me? Maybe let's just check. You look at this. Dr. Etienne Benson.
Oh,
He's the squirrel guy.
is he here?
No.
only got 10
No.
minutes
He
left.
diverted to Bellevue Hospital
Why?
because he thinks he might have the Ebola. He had barbecued squirrel over the weekend. It's terrible. Another case of a squirrel infected Ebola. Somebody eating it. Don't eat the squirrel, kids. As tempting as it is. I heard Bob, they frolic in my backyard. Sometimes I'll go out in the backyard, and they'll be running around, chasing each other, hopping, hugging. They're like furry creeps. Furry creeps. They creep me out, the squirrels.
they steal the bird food.
And you know they do. And you know what, Bob? Another indication of why squirrels are no good. Who are man's best friend? Who's man's best friend? The dog.
The dog, yes.
Ask any dog about a squirrel. What are they going to tell you? What are they going to tell you? They don't like them.
I hate those things.
They do. Good reason, too.
Yeah, because they climb trees.
I used to have, you know,
They don't like
I can
trees
do,
'cause that's
I can
where they
do
go.
one impression, Bob. You want to hear my impression?
Okay.
You'd have to know the reference. There's an actor named Al Pacino, right?
Okay.
And there's a film called Dog Day Afternoon where he robs a bank. You may have seen this film, right? And when he's robbing the bank, he's clearing out all the tellers and the people in the bank.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
there's a young girl. It was named who was the redheaded girl that was on Taxi? Who was?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know who you.
You know what I'm talking. It's on the tip of my tongue. This young lady. She's in the movie, and she's
Margo?
No, she's hanging out. Carol something. She's hanging out under the desk, and Al Pacino's clearing out the bank.
Yeah.
And he sees her under the desk, and he goes, "What are you, a squabble?
Squabble?
Are you a squabble? What are you, a squabble?" That's my Al Pacino. What are you, a squabble?
What the heck is her name?
Carol something.
No.
It's something. She was lovely. She was a good. She actually had that, and she was an actress. And then who knows? She's probably living upstate somewhere on a farm
Should get her on the show.
with squabbles.
Squabble.
Got a squabble?
You squabble?
What are you, a squabble?
I'm gonna laugh. That's a very tense part of the movie. Now I'm gonna be laughing at it. Somebody could get killed, and I'm laughing at the way he's.
This is you know, Bob. Just make sure you watch it alone. Nobody watches you. Oh yeah, Bob. We're gonna make a big announcement. I'm gonna go into more detail about this, but I had a meeting also with my book publisher. You know that I had a one-man show, and I met a book publisher here at Starbucks, and he convinced me to sign a contract with him to write a book about it based on my one-man show. I didn't really look at the contract very closely. It was written on a legal pad, so it looked official to me, and I signed. And in this contract, he prohibits me from performing my one-man show until the book is released and becomes a New York Times Top 100 bestseller.
Top 100.
Top 100. He gave me a little bit there. But he came over the weekend, and I did the show for him, which wasn't easy because it was just him, and there's a lot of audience interaction in the show. You know, as you know, it's called Houses of the Homely. It's about me growing up in a dysfunctional family, and I do a lot of those things. You know, a guy goes like this, and you have the audience member put your arms through.
Yeah.
I do that, but we reenact my parents' fights. You know, so I say, "I'm gonna kill you," and then when he's my mom, "I'm gonna kill you," with his arms through my arm.
Yeah.
So it was awkward because the guy had to do all the parts, all the audience member parts. Anyway, he started kicking around the book idea. He said, you know, everybody writes a tell-all book about their dysfunctional childhood. You know what I think this needs? It needs a twist. It needs a gimmick.
Yeah.
And you know what the most popular books are today? Self-help books.
Still?
Self-help books. They sell, you know, the Dr. Phil and the Dr. Oz and the Dr. Demento. They all sell the self-help books. You go on those shows, you sell your self-help book. So he said to me,
nobody's gotten help after all these years.
"No, you'd think
that
there is one book that will help you, but nobody ever wants to discuss that book."
Yeah. What's that?
I'm not going to talk about it.
I wouldn't know. What book would it be?
It's the big book, Bob.
One
the
of
book.
the dummy books?
No. The Gospels of Our Lord.
Oh,
That book.
Yeah.
The ultimate self-help book.
That's a big seller still.
But, yeah, but we're going to lose all the audience. We start talking about that, forget it. So anyway, he says to me, look, wouldn't it be great if you can take your experiences and help people and make it a self-help book? A self-help book. I said, you know what? For money, I'll do anything. If you want me to do that, I will. And actually, I thought more harder about it. And I can help people with what I do. But he said to me, to sell a successful self-help book, one needs to be, he was doing the Wizard of Oz thing, one needs to be a PhD. You need to have a doctorate degree, or people will not take you seriously. And then Munchkins came out and started singing.
That's in the show?
No, this happened in my house. This happened in my house. I told you, my dry is haunted, and now I'm hallucinating Munchkins. So anyway, I'm going to talk about this more tomorrow.
Did they ever sue Dunkin' Donuts for calling them Munchkins?
I'm sure somebody did.
It's got to be one of those Munchkins.
I'm sure they cleared that. That was come on. Dunkin' Donuts has got lawyers.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I said, look, I don't know if you know this, but I didn't finish college. I'm embarrassed about it. I'm ashamed. I walk around with that shame, and part of it, and you will clearly know if you ever see my one-man show, Houses of the Homely, how it affected me. But he said it doesn't matter. Did you know, Bob? Did you know that you can get credit for life experience? Life experiences, you can get valid credit towards a doctorate degree.
Well, that's how they give you. They'll give you
the honorary degree.
The honorary degree.
But this is not an honorary degree.
No.
This is. He showed me on the internet. On the internet, I can get a valid PhD from an accredited university from an undisclosed country for only $1,399.
Really?
And do you know how much value a PhD adds to you in the job market today? You literally will make thousands of dollars more. You go up to your university or research place, say, "Hey, I've got a PhD." They, "Well, come on in, buddy." So I'm starting a campaign to, they have these fundraising things on the Kickstarters and things.
Yeah.
I started a Kickstarter for me to make me a PhD, help Rob get his PhD. And the deal is, you give you these perks, and you can buy. If you, let's say, you give me $20.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you an electronic copy of my book when it comes out, and a form letter thanking you for buying my book. And if you give me $35, I'll give you a soft cover book. If you give me $50, I'll give you a hardcover book. Okay. If you give me $250, I'll speak to your group or an organization. And then if you give me $500, this is the best perk. $500, I will come to a public, crowded place and listen to you intently for 30 minutes. Talk about anything you want. I will nod occasionally, saying, I understand. And on 2 occasions, I will repeat the sentences you say to me so you know you're being heard. And I won't give you any advice, and there's no touching. But for $500 from a PhD.
And then you could sign a certificate that you did that with the PhD.
With the PhD, well, everything.
Cioffi,
from now on,
PhD.
if I am successful, and I know it's a long, hard road to get the $1,400, but if I do get the PhD, we're going to have a little ceremony here. And from that point on, you'll have to refer to me as Dr. Rob.
Dr. Rob.
Dr. Rob. Dr. Rob, how many sugars should I put in this coffee, Dr. Rob? Well, I'll tell you. I'm a doctor.
Yes. What is nutmeg made out of?
A nutmeg meg. How many nuts does it take to make a nutmeg meg? Anyway, that's what I'm going to talk about tomorrow on the show. I just give you a little preview. You can actually see that if you go to my website or our website, comedianswritingjokes.com or robcioffi.com, and along the top it says book, you can see actually a mock-up copy of the cover where it says Rob Cioffi, PhD. And it looks good. It looks great. I'm really looking. I'm excited. I'm really doing this. This is not a joke.
Really?
Not a joke. I need contributions. We're going to raise some money, and I'm going to get a PhD. And you'll know a doctor, Dr. Rob, Dr. PhD.
Rob Cioffi. Dr. Cioffi.
And it looks like it's almost legal to do. It pretty much is legal. Well, it wouldn't be on the internet. Well, Bob, that's our time. Can you believe it? Another hour has passed by. I'd like to thank all our watchers and listeners, and we have our special guest today, Camille Giamarino. How do you say your last name, sweetheart? Giamarino. How about it for Maria? She played my Starbucks Romance today.
Oh, it was my pleasure.
Starbucks Romance. She's giving me my keys and my credit card back. Thank you. You copy the numbers. Now I got to check and make sure I have to put the security thing on because you copied the numbers.
Code written down, sir.
So you don't need a ride?
No. I'm going to take a sports car. Thank you so much.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
so
Thank
much,
you.
Camille.
Thanks a
Camille, just quickly, what have you got going on in the near future so people can see or
Yep.
go see you in person, see your amazing acting skills in person? What's going on?
Well, I'm doing a murder mystery. Actually, I'm doing that on Halloween weekend, October 31st, November 1st, and 2nd, over at the Montauk Manor in Montauk. And that's a whole weekend. And on November 10th, I'll be at Prince Albert Umberto's in Franklin Square.
Are you going to ask them if they have it in a can?
in the can?
Prince Albert in a can. You ever hear that?
I didn't. I thought you were.
You know what? You're supposed to call up. You're supposed to call up the grocery store and say, "Do you have Prince Albert in a can?" Because it was like a tuna fish in the 50s.
Oh.
And if they say yes, you go, "Let him out!"
Wait, Prince Albert. That was
You never heard that?
I
don't know. What was it?
I thought it was. Tobacco.
Oh, it might be tobacco.
Oh, no wonder why I never heard of it.
He would.
Yeah. Well, it was
Even-
great being here.
Well, thank you so
for
much again.
inviting
Thank
me.
you.
Take care, guys.
You got anything? Bye now.
Bye-bye
I'll be
now.
sorry, right?
Yeah, no, I won't be sorry.
You'll be sorry.
Tough to work it out.
Yeah, Bob's got stuff to go on, but go to Bob's website. And you want to promote? He's got so much going on. I don't know how you can promote just one thing. You got one thing? You want to push something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh! If anybody's watching on Long Island, I'm going to be at Governor's on November 1st.
The 1st of November, which
Yeah.
is in 2 weeks. Yeah.
This weekend, I'm in Ferguson, St. Louis. I'm sorry, St. Louis.
St. Louis, Missouri.
St. Louis, Missouri.
Wow.
I'm actually on the other east of East St. Louis. So I'm in Illinois.
Is that the bad side?
But I say St. Louis because it sounds better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the bad side. I'm going to be in Fairview Heights, Illinois.
And I'll. That's
Close
great.
enough.
Go see Bob. If you're not in Illinois or St. Louis, you can come see me at the Bohemia Firehouse. I'll be there on this Saturday night.
Man, I'm going to miss that.
No,
wanted to go
you
there.
know who's going to be there? Our friend Paul Veneer. Paul Veneer is the actual
Really?
headliner. I'm going to be opening for Mr. Paul Veneer. You know, Paul. Ding, ding, ding. It's going to be 8,000
His show's
guitars.
like an hour, 2 hours long.
It's almost like a hypnotist show. Almost, he hypnotizes you with the guitar. Very funny, incredibly funny guy. Go see him. Come out to Bohemia and watch me and him. Watch me make him look good, which he doesn't need.
Get one of our pillows.
Buy stuff on the store and get the T-shirt. You know what it says on the back of the T-shirt, Bob? See ya.
See ya.
See ya. See ya.